So Katja, you look very not you look very healthy actually. So
this will be edited out, Derk.
I think this is a great. I think you did very well. Maybe it helped you even last week. Just get all the bacterias out, and now starting fresh all over in 2021. Yes. Okay. So welcome everybody to this episode of D-Talk. As you can hear, we started off with a bang. Katja Diehl smiling and all. Of course, you know her from a very famous Twitter rant that she often puts out when it comes with mobility. And our other guest is Baerte de Brey of Elaad. You might have heard from Baerte because since 2017 he is in Germany, and they're also very present talking about smart grids and e-mobility with his organization Elaad. So Katja and Baerte, welcome to D-Talk E-mobility.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And Derk, you also look healthy.
Thank you very much. Yes, I did my best. I went to my favorite plastic surgeon this weekend, so trying to also get the wrinkles out of it. So I'm very glad that you see this.
Right.
So I'm here from Berlin. Katja is joining us from, somewhere between Hamburg and the Netherlands, probably, Katja?
Yeah, Lingen an der Ems.
Very well. I have no idea where that is. And Baerte, of course, joining us from the lovely Doorn in the province of Utrecht.
Yes, known because of the last residence of the German emperor.
Right. Very nice. Very nice. So we are here to talk about e-mobility. We do this in a very short and concise format, 15 minutes, talking about the news of today. And actually, Katja, there's something going on now on Twitter because you've tweeted something about female mobility. So please explain to us why you did so.
As you guys are more like the technical guys of mobility, I'm always trying to show that we need to arrange some new things in society, that we need new mobility, which is means not just the car, but to look upon the people we left behind. The norm in Germany, and I think also somewhere else, is normally healthy people, white people, people of a certain age and income. And I try to figure out that we need more mobility for people who are left behind because of the system. And we need sustainable mobility, but also inclusive mobility. People, so I say now people with children. I don't say mothers, it's also fathers who are left behind maybe and who want to have a walk in the city, but it's always getting narrower and narrower because the cars are turning bigger and bigger. And that's what I pointed out. Let's look upon the others we are leaving behind right now and include them when we are thinking about future mobility.
And what would your ideal future then look like when it comes to like infrastructure and the pace of mobility in it?
I think I want to go back to future in terms of I want to have the city of Hamburg from, I don't know, 1850 regarding the space for people. I think it's not, for me, it's something not in the future that we have parking cars, driving cars. They can go out of Hamburg, I think. But we need alternatives to move people around. So the mayor of Hamburg is promising a city of 5 minutes mobility. So if you have the wish to move yourself from A to B, there will be a form of mobility coming to you in 5 minutes, or you can go to it in 5 minutes. And I think that this is a strong vision, which I really can embrace. And I'm looking forward to gain space again and maybe see my neighbors from the other street side, which I don't know at the moment because there are these cars, walls built around us.
And what role does e-mobility play in this concept?
For me, e-mobility is a bridge. It's not that I want just to electrify all the cars in Germany. We have nearly 50 million cars at the moment. And that's really, I can't believe that we reached this number. German car makers are always talking about Corona crisis, but the crisis started long before this. I think Elon Musk and Tesla are pushing them, and also the climate crisis is pushing them. So for me, it's about having less cars, and the cars that will stay on the streets have to be electric.
So Baerte, if you listen to Katja carefully, are the Netherlands already have like experience in practice with new mobility concept when it comes to lesser cars?
Well, not exactly new mobility, but of course we're known for riding our bicycles, which is if you ride a bicycle, you don't use your car, and it's increased during Corona. But a thing I like on Katja's vision is the car sharing concept. If you share a car together, you need less cars, so less public space involved. And this is exactly what we do in some projects in the Netherlands, where by adding complexity to the system, so car sharing, you also can solve another problem. People in car sharing regions often also sustain a lot of or generate a lot of sustainable energy. And this is very good. However, in the summer, it causes a peak on the electricity grids. And that is our concern of Elaad, of course. And the car sharing concept isn't used in August because people are on summer holiday. And at that time, you can use the car as a buffer for the grid. So 11 months a year, use the car sharing program as a new mobility concept. But 1 month a year, you can use it as a buffer for your grid. And actually, there's a German company, Sono Motors, which provides a car, which isn't only a mobility solution, but also an energy solution.
And what was for you in today's news when you picked up the newspaper this morning, or you checked your mobile phone with the latest headlines? What was some mobility news that you read where you thought of, okay, this is important to me and my daily business?
That is the one for Katja, I think.
No, for you. Yeah.
Oh, for me.
We want to talk about the current affairs here in this show.
Oh, sorry. Well, I saw this weekend there was a presentation of a Chinese car manufacturer, NIO Powers, with a new electric vehicle which want to compete with Tesla and BMW and Audi. And it looks very nice. And of course, electric cars are very nice, but we also must be aware that if we have large-scale Chinese car manufacturers or even Tesla, this also has an impact on German or French or Italian automotive industry. So, in my opinion, the German automotive should speed up, because otherwise, if I buy an electric vehicle, which is good for the environment, but my euros are exported from Europe to China or America.
There's a lot of things going on, Katja, right, in this mobility space when it comes to smart grid, to Chinese car manufacturers flooding Germany this year with cheaper electric cars, but also like mindset in Germany of city planners, how to come up with new concepts. What is your general idea of like status quo in Germany now when it comes to city planning and the role of mobility in it?
The problem we have in Germany is that we are, we have the mindset of car builders. That we, Hermann Knoflacher is a professor from Austria, and he's 80 years old, fighting against the cars since 50 years, I guess. And I had in an interview, and he's saying that the car for us Germans is like a virus. If you driving the car, you're no longer a human being. You look like the car. You need the space of the car. You need to park it. You want to conquer the streets. And for me, it's getting like a glimpse of change. In Hamburg, Agnes Tjax is the first one to change it. He has done 700 meters of Jungfernstieg, which is a really prominent part of Hamburg at the Alster, and it's car-free right now. So for me, it's like, getting a glimpse of change. But my mobility news is always from Paris, where Anne Hidalgo won the election with getting Paris car-free, and she's doing such bold business there, which I like a lot. And I think, and I have goosebumps talking about it, because she's really getting straightforward, and I'm still having no German city doing the same.
And of course, also, female mobility, you could say in that sense.
Yes, I'm a bit shy to say it, but yes.
Yes, we're pretty progressive, so no worries. So what do you think will have the biggest impact in the coming 2-3 years on like the concept of mobility in German cities and in Germany as a whole?
I think it's about cost transparency, because I don't have a car, but I pay so much euros on the cars that others have. We always think, yeah, they are paying taxes, and what are you thinking about? And I was like, yeah, but the roads, it's like Milliarden Euro, which we are paying as a society, because we have to put this on the transparency. And I think if you have to pay, the car is costing you regarding environmental impact, I think it's getting less comfortable, because the German car only drives 45 minutes a day with one person. And this is so less efficient. And I think, as mentioned before, if we share this, we have a car, we don't own it anymore. And for me, it's leaving also some things behind. I don't have to care about it. I put it somewhere and someone is hosting it. So for me, I think we have to change the car-centric view of Germany.
And would you know now any city in Germany where there are experiments with like managed shared car fleets that are also electrical?
I think some example is done at Freiburg, which is also the city with the most sun impact, and they have really lots of solar business running there. But I think we need more like this. There will be the Internationale Automobilausstellung, which I also don't like, because it's automobile again, it's not mobility. And I had the wish to have the budget of this to come to every part of the country in Germany, and showing in one corner of the city how a car-free city feels like, because we all like this festive city parts where you have banned the cars for the weekend and you can walk on the streets, and you really like it. Also at the Fridays for Future demos, when they were allowed, it was such a huge impact to feel the people running on the streets. And I think we lost the will to imagine this or to dream about this, because we always try to figure it out with cars, but we have to leave them behind. And that is the hardest problem we have, I guess.
So Baerte, what would be your final message to Katja, and to maybe also German people who are watching this and are interested in e-mobility and smart grids and those kind of topics?
Yeah, I think the trend is the same in many cities. Paris was mentioned. We're doing the same in the Netherlands as the vision of Katja for Germany. But the thing I would like to add is integrated into your energy system as well. So not only focusing on e-mobility, but also see it as a chance where people can be less energy dependent on large companies, but can use batteries of cars as their own backup, as their own buffer. And that is a key for making a business case in this, well, still quite expensive transition.
Yeah. And to maybe add one extra minute, Baerte, is there something you would like to ask to Katja?
Yeah, what will the German elections this year bring for your vision?
Oh, that's mean. We have I like it because we have a really huge discussion at the moment, that the Greener Party is now getting a little bit like conservative. And there are parties coming up naming themselves like Klimaliste. They have a focus on climate crisis, and they are really bold to put this into the elections also. And I think it's really like a kind of a dance between conservative and climate crisis, because it can be. We have seen Washington. We have seen what fake news are about. I always struggle with journalists saying to me, "Yeah, climate crisis, Katja, is one of so many topics." But I don't think so. I think we have to really, embrace that this is our future and the future of the children that are here. And we need to focus on climate crisis to build a better future. And if we don't do that, and in Germany, we always try to figure out how a car industry is good enough to shape it. And I think it's more about getting more jobs done also in solar business, in energy business. And I had a keynote in front of car sellers. And I told them, why are you allowing big oil to gain this kind of Tankstelle der Zukunft? You can be this. You can be someone who is selling bread, who is doing things also in the rural areas. You have to pick this chance or you will be away in 20 years. And they were like, oh, there's a chance and not just a moment of problem. So sometimes you have to change the perspective and gain a chance.
Yeah. So actually you're saying it's not on being green or right wing or so, but being conservative or progressive. That's what the election is about. And
conservative, for me, it's conserving the future. For me, it's like, I don't understand that conservative parties are not embracing the plan of disabling climate crisis, because the best conservative thing is to have a good life for everyone. And that's, for me, not in the head and in the brain of the people who are doing this, because they don't understand how huge the problem might be.
Cool. Nice.
Thank you so much for this very short but inspiring talk. We have to do always a lot in those 15 minutes, so I hope that you as viewers like this a lot. I want to thank my speakers, Katja and Baerte, for catching up with us in this D-Talk E-mobility. And thank you for watching again, and see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.